Looking at the semi-final between South Africa and New Zealand in the Rugby World Cup, Heyneke Meyer pulled a surprise. Everybody thought that he would change the team from the one that beat Wales, and guess what he did? He left the team intact. Now, the big surprise in the South African and the Springbok team is that he kept Willie le Roux at fullback. Most of us that watched closely thought that Willie le Roux had quite a poor game. In fact, it was his fault that Wales scored a try because he didn't come for the up and under. And there is now a view in rugby that Willie le Roux might be a little bit skittish under the high ball, but he's kept him, and I think that is good. Consistency is very good. There's a little bit of a worry over Loot de Jahr. He's got a foot injury, but he's been picked in the team subject to him passing a fitness test. The other interesting one is that instead of Peter Steph du Toit on the bench, Victor Matfield has come back into the side. A little bit of a surprise. One would think at 38 years old, as an excellent line-out forward, Victor Matfield should maybe start the game and then bring on Loot de Jahr for that impetus off the bench. But I think what Heyneke maybe is thinking about is to send Victor on to get some solidity, to get his experience on the field, to get that calmness at the end, just in case it's a very tense game, and I'm sure it's going to be a very tense game. So that's the only change. Heyneke has kept faith for the side that won the quarterfinal, and obviously the key players are going to be Bryan Habana. Bryan Habana's going for one more try to set a record of 16 for a Rugby World Cup tournament, for all the Rugby World Cup tournaments, which will break Jonah Loma's record. Bryan Habana and, of course, Julian Severe are tied on 8 for the most tries in a single World Cup tournament. So it's Bryan Habana up against the bus, Julian Severe, to see who gets a try there. Obviously, Habana and Severe don't face each other. Severe will be facing J.P. Peterson. Then there'll be a lot of attention on the two scrum halves. Arguably the best players in either side. If you look at Fourie du Preez, he guides the Springboks, he's the conductor. And then in the modern era, there's no doubt that Aaron Smith of the All Blacks has been the best scrum half all round. The sides match up very equally. I think if you look at the forwards, they're going to be very well matched. South Africa might have a little edge in the front row, but then for the rest they're equal. Where the problems arise is in the back line, where South Africa, the Springboks, field a very young back line, a very inexperienced back line, other than Habana and J.P. Peterson, against the world's most experienced back line. So that's how it weighs up. But South Africa, I think, have a good chance if they are able to bottle up the All Blacks for 80 minutes.